Anyone who has spent time around a barn knows that a cheap fork is basically a ticking time bomb. You're halfway through mucking out a stall, and suddenly, snap, the plastic head gives way or the handle splinters. It's frustrating, it's messy, and it's a waste of time. That is exactly why this 3-pack of bedding forks from Little Giant is worth a closer look. They aren't trying to reinvent the wheel here, but they are focusing on the stuff that actually matters when you're working in the dirt and manure all day. What hits you first is the material choice. These heads are made from polycarbonate, which is a massive step up from the brittle, cheap plastic you find on bargain bin tools. It has this subtle, springy give to it. When you're digging into heavy, wet bedding, the tines don't just feel like they're going to shatter under the pressure. They flex just enough to absorb the shock, which honestly makes a huge difference for your wrists after an hour of work. The tines are elongated too, so they do a great job of sifting through material without picking up every single piece of clean bedding you're trying to leave behind. Now let's talk about the handles. They went with a thick hardwood, which feels substantial in the hand. There is something about the weight and texture of real wood that just feels more reliable than those hollow aluminum poles that tend to bend or get cold and slippery. The connection point is another smart touch. Instead of relying on flimsy rivets that wiggle loose after a week, they used nylon lock nuts to secure the head to the handle. It's a simple, mechanical solution that keeps everything tight and wobble-free. Of course, nothing is perfect. Because these are hardwood, they do have a bit of heft to them. If you are looking for something ultra-lightweight that feels like a feather, this might feel a little dense at first. Also, like any wooden tool, you'll want to keep them out of the pouring rain when you aren't using them to keep that wood from eventually weathering. But honestly, for the sheer durability you get, that's a trade-off most people would happily make. Getting 3 of them in one go is a pretty solid move, too. It means you can keep one in the trailer, one in the main barn, and have a spare tucked away for when a friend inevitably borrows one and forgets to bring it back. It's a straightforward, no-nonsense setup that feels like it was built by people who actually have to do the chores. If you're tired of replacing your gear every few months, these are definitely worth keeping on your radar.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.